Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, it's funny how time can change your perception of things. Back when I discovered the original animated Star Trek series, or the animated adventures of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek, or Star Trek the animated series, however you want to refer to it, I was sort of living in, this era where, a TV series would be basically 6 months of TV, get about 26 episodes of show for a season. Now, it's somehow in the last 5 years, Hollywood and networks and studios they're just incapable of making a TV series that big anymore. It's just too much, it's just too difficult. And I'm like, well, if you could do it 5 years ago, what happened? But it's funny because the original anime series was 22 episodes, 2 seasons, one of 16 episodes, the first season, and a second season of 6 episodes. And I always sort of counted that as just one season because it was 22 episodes, which was less than your standard TV series at that time. Then things started to creep down and the standard series became 20 episodes and 22 episodes, and then 20 I think was the lowest they did for Star Trek. And then we sort of had that seemed to stay standard for a while, and then we sort of jumped down to the 8, 10, maybe even 6 shows, counting as a series now, which is basically just a really long movie when binged. So a lot of these studios know that people are going to binge the shows, and a traditional series is too long to really binge. It takes 18 hours or something to do a 26 episode series, depending on the length of the episodes. The original Star Trek was 48 minutes per episode, whereas say Next Gen was 45, and Enterprise and newer shows are more like 40, so it sort of depends on what show you're watching. But those couple of minutes per episode count when you're dealing with 26 of them. But yeah, I just was looking at it and I'm like, you know what? I've always considered it one season. I've never given it the credit of lasting for 2 seasons, but now that 6 episodes now is a season, I'm like, oh yes, they did a whole season. Season 2 is a season. It's a separate season. So I kind of look at it now as 2 seasons of Star Trek. So I always sort of thought, Star Trek kind of went for 5 years. There was the first year we didn't see because we start the show a year into the 5-year mission, and then the next 4 years was produced over 4 years, and the 3 seasons sort of take place over 4 years. So I kind of figure, well, the first season we skipped, and first year of the 5-year mission we sort of skipped, and then we sort of saw second, third and fourth. We just didn't get the end, which the final season would have been, I guess, the end of the 5th season. I guess the 5th season would have been the end of the 5th year. The 4th season would have been the end of the 5th year, and we probably wouldn't have seen past that had they done it. But they might have sort of stretched it out if they got another 2 years and got 4 and 5. But I always sort of thought of the animated series as some people see it as the 4th year, but because the 4th year of the 5-year mission is sort of seen at the end of the 3rd year, I sort of always kind of consider it to be the 5th year or the last year of the show. But then, Continues kind of did that, the fan films. So I kind of feel like it was covered, but I never sort of really acknowledged it as 2 seasons. So I was just looking at that and I was just thinking it's weird how now things change, and 6 episodes is a respectable season of a show. And now I look at it and I sort of read it and see it as, a second season, when I never saw it that way before. And it's just really weird, and I just sort of wanted to talk about that for a second. I'm like, are other people having that experience where, you grew up with 26 episodes a season, you'd have a TV show in your life for 6 months of the year. Now then it went down to 20, and then now it's down to just a bingeable evening or weekend maybe, and that's all you get. But yet we're used to that now, so that's I don't want to say relevant. It's just it counts now. It's just really weird. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I know this is kind of random and rambling, but I just sort of was looking at that and I was like, that's so weird. The first season actually started September 8, 73, went to January in 74. The second season was September 7 to October 12, 74. But then, like a lot of animated series, they just throw the new episodes in with the old episodes and repeat them, and they still give you a couple of months of a TV show. It's just there's a lot of repeats. They did that a lot with animated shows, and they also, with a lot of animated shows, they would commission 1 season of production, and then they would split that show up into 2 or 3 years or seasons in a show, and they even did it with some live action shows like Fraggle Rock. The last season was split, and I think shown with repeats, and turned into 2 seasons of television when it was only 1 season production. So I don't know, I find it all interesting, and yep, I want to talk about it. I don't know if anyone else cares, but I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Did I say that already? I can't remember. Maybe even ding the bell. You might even see the videos on your feed. Bye.